Welcome to Hidden Costs. Today, we investigate a massive corporate failure, an $80 billion mistake. It is March 2026. While the world was distracted by viral memes, a giant quietly admitted defeat. Meta officially announced their virtual reality platform, the supposed crown jewel of our future, is shutting down its servers. This is not just another failed app, it is the most expensive corporate autopsy in human history. Mark Zuckerberg spent $83 billion trying to build a universe where we could be anything, yet almost nobody chose to live there. To put that astronomical number into perspective, $83 billion could have ended global homelessness twice over. That amount exceeds the entire inflation-adjusted research and development budget for every single iPhone model ever created. Instead of solving real-world friction, that unimaginable mountain of wealth bought us an empty, legless ghost town. But the true hidden cost remains unseen on balance sheets or quarterly financial reports of Silicon Valley executives. The real tragedy is the opportunity cost. 5 years of brilliant human innovation sacrificed to satisfy one billionaire's midlife crisis. Today, we deeply investigate this mystery, why the metaverse died so quickly, and the terrifying psychological reasons behind its collapse. Let us travel back to late 2021, a chaotic time when Facebook was a rapidly sinking corporate ship. Financially, they were printing money, but culturally, their brand was toxic, poisoned by scandals and public distrust. Brave whistleblowers like Frances Haugen were exposing how algorithms intentionally stoked rage to maximize advertising revenue. Internal memos proved executives knew their platforms were actively harming the mental health of millions of teenagers. Facing an unprecedented public relations nightmare, Zuckerberg desperately needed a massive media distraction to shift the global conversation. He did not just launch software, he attempted to hijack the fundamental subject of modern human interaction. Standing in front of a virtual fireplace, he confidently declared they were officially becoming a metaverse company. This dramatic pivot was a masterclass in narrative control, designed to confuse journalists and stall angry regulators. If your real house is on fire, do not try to put it out. Just build a virtual house next door and tell everyone it is the future. But here is the financial reality. Reality Labs began losing an average of $2 billion every single month. For every dollar the division actually earned, they threw $6 into a furnace, burning cash at a terrifying, unsustainable speed. Why continue something so reckless? Because when you rename your entire company after a project, losing is not an option. This is the sunk cost fallacy on a global scale, a dangerous psychological trap where you double down to save face. We call this escalation of commitment, where the more you lose, the harder you fight to prove everyone else wrong. Zuckerberg forgot one biological truth. Human beings are evolutionarily wired to seek the path of least resistance. To enter the metaverse, you had to strap a hot, heavy plastic brick to your face and navigate buggy, unintuitive menus. You had to conduct business meetings as a cartoon avatar without a lower body, an awkward and dehumanizing daily experience. Meta tried to solve a fake problem, assuming we wanted total immersion when we actually just wanted genuine connection. We wanted simple ways to talk to friends, not an expensive headset that isolates us from our immediate surroundings. Look at Roblox and Minecraft. They succeed because they are fun first and digital second, requiring only a creative soul. Meta built a massive, expensive digital cathedral for a religion nobody belonged to, destined to fail from its very inception. The end did not come with a bang, but with the quiet arrival of a new chatbot in November 2022. When ChatGPT launched, the metaverse dream died overnight as the world realized the power of generative AI. ChatGTP hit 100 million users in just 2 months, becoming the fastest-growing consumer application in history. Venture capital and top engineering talent instantly pivoted, leaving the virtual plazas of Horizon Worlds completely abandoned. Suddenly, Meta was AI first, and the $80 billion was quietly ignored. Think of the thousands of talented engineers whose livelihoods were destroyed by this massive, uncalculated bet. Developers spent years building worlds that no one visited. Their creative energy evaporated into forgotten computer code. This is the hidden cost of ego, corporate arrogance destroying real human working lives while executives keep their bonuses. The term Metaverse actually comes from Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash, a cyberpunk novel painting a grim dystopian future. Silicon Valley billionaires read these cautionary tales and, ironically, decided to use them as a business blueprint.
They ignored the warnings about societal decay, focusing only on the cool technology and the potential for total digital control. With $80 billion, you could have funded multiple missions to Mars or built thousands of modern hospitals worldwide. You could have provided clean water and eradicated terminal diseases for millions of people across the entire globe. Instead, Meta chose to sell fake clothing for digital avatars that looked like characters from a 15-year-old console. This reveals a deep flaw in corporate governance. When one person holds all the voting power, there is no one to stop a bad idea. Zuckerberg's personal obsession became mandatory company policy because he cannot be fired by his own board of directors. This absolute power created a dangerous echo chamber where executives only agreed enthusiastically to avoid conflict. Internal leaks revealed that even the developers building the virtual world refused to spend their own free time inside of it. If the creators do not like their own product, how can you ever expect the general public to care or invest? The technical failure was embarrassing. Rendering human legs in VR is difficult, but for $80 billion, the world expected magic. Every virtual selfie Zuckerberg posted became a viral meme, causing catastrophic and lasting damage to the brand's identity. Beyond the graphics, the physiological cost was high. VR causes severe motion sickness and nausea for many users. You cannot work an 8-hour day while feeling like you might vomit or wearing a device that leaves red marks on your skin. Imagine sitting alone in a room, blindfolded to the real world, talking to a floating torso. It is a nightmare of isolation. Technology works best when it disappears, helping us find our way rather than trapping us inside a plastic box. Smartphones won because they have zero friction. You pull it out, you tap, and you are instantly connected. The Metaverse had massive friction, charging batteries, clearing space, adjusting straps, and waiting for heavy software to load. After the initial novelty wore off, $500 headsets became expensive paperweights, gathering dust in dark closets. As the stock price plummeted, Meta announced the Year of Efficiency, a polite term for mass layoffs and ruined careers. We are the beta jesters for their expensive mistakes, paying the price for the hubris of men who think they can replace reality. The death of the metaverse is actually a victory for the human spirit. It proves we cannot be forced into digital boxes. The future is not about escaping our world, but about enhancing it through tools that respect our biological needs. As the servers finally power down, the digital ghost town closes, and the $80 billion experiment officially ends. Let us go back outside, enjoy the real sunshine, and remember that real life, with all its flaws, is better than any simulation. Thank you for joining this investigation at Hidden Costs. Stay vigilant, stay grounded, and we will see you in reality.